This is a Budda Super Drive 18, and it came in because the rectifier tube was bad. It's got a new rectifier tube. I cleaned the pots, and then I noticed the signal was cutting out sometimes, kind of randomly. After really inspecting things a lot, I found the problem. Speaker plugs don't make secure connections to the speaker jacks. They're a little bit loose. Here's the same plug in the effects loop jack, which is the same Neutrik jack, but it goes all the way in and then it's secure. This is caused by a lack of washers on these jacks behind the panels. The input jack, the foot switch jack, and the effects loop send and return are the same style of Neutrik jack, but they're mounted with washers. So the solution is to pull this card out. You can see the glue here where they actually glued it to the chassis. Not a great idea. All the pots have a little bit of glue on them as well. I'm just going to put these Neutrik washers on here. Space it just that amount out from the panel. And I need to put a metal washer here on this pot to bring it out by the same amount. I had really expected just to be able to add that missing washer and have everything line up. But even with two washers and the nut extended out a little bit as if it's at a chassis and it's flush here, it's still not secure at all. These old jacks are just worn out. Let me go into my bag of jacks and see if I've got some direct replacements for these, because these are just kaput. You really don't want to have an unreliable speaker connection in your amp. Okay, I changed out the Neutrik jacks for some better Neutrik jacks. More on that in a moment. And with the better jacks, with the correct one washer behind it, now the speaker cable goes all the way in and stays all the way in without that wiggle. Notice I've not put the one back here on the slave yet. That's so I can show you the difference between the jacks and some other little considerations. This jack is one of the stock ones in the loop. Same jack is used for the input and the foot switch. And this is a Neutrik. And this is one of the bad ones I took out of the speaker board, which is also a Neutrik, but if you look at it, not only is it more of a round shape, this one's got more of a, I don't know, just a little gentler curve on the sides like you'd see on a cliff jack. Crucially, this plug is deeper than this plug. The jack can't go as far into this plug, which is why, one of the reasons why it was messed up when used on the board for speakers. And also this cheaper jack tarnishes really badly. They're the same age. The higher quality one has stayed less tarnished or untarnished. On the right, you can see the shorter, coarser, original dress nut and washer. And the washer is much thinner compared to the higher quality one on the left. The one on the left, it's got a finer thread. It's got a much thicker washer and a much longer bushing entirely, much longer nut. Anyway, this allows you to have more flexibility with how many washers you use. And what I suspect happened on this Budda is that whoever designed this PCB for the speaker jacks and the slave output jack designed it for the higher quality Neutriks, which have the same footprint, in which case this would have worked just fine. But then someone's honking outside. But then someone in production switched to this cheaper one, probably to save a few pennies. And all of a sudden the output jack connection is not reliable. So if you have one of these, and if you have the issue with the jack not being tight on the speaker connection, that's the switch. And these higher quality Neutriks are not expensive. I'll put a link in the description to where you can get them at Tube Depot, among other places. Fairly easy thing for a tech to change out. Hopefully, if you have one of these, yours has the higher quality ones. See just a minute ago in the video to tell the difference. Hope this helps, and thanks for watching.